Well, the migrant crisis not only affecting border states, as cities from San Francisco to Chicago and Boston have all taken in thousands in recent months. New York's influx has already cost the city hundreds of millions of dollars and is expected to impact every city agency moving forward. Mayor Eric Adams warning of, quote, extremely painful budget cuts to offset the cost of sheltering and providing migrant services unless some significant federal aid arrives soon. Let's bring in correspondent Laura Ingle live in New York. And Laura, we just heard from New York housing officials moments ago.
We did. And, that dire warning that we heard about earlier in this week from the mayor really is coming true, essentially, as we see the number of migrants continue to hold that steady pace and only getting more and more as we move on through the weeks. We did just get some new numbers from the city administration. That just was released a few minutes ago. And as we delve into what they've released, we can tell you that those cuts, as promised, are coming. And as I step out of the way, this is the Roosevelt Hotel. We're in Midtown Manhattan, and this is where we see a very large number of migrants daily lining up to get in. Mayor Eric Adams said earlier this week has been forced to make targeted and significant steps to manage the city's finances to offset the massive costs that have come from sheltering and providing services for the tens of thousands of migrants who have arrived from the city. Listen.
This is probably one of the most painful exercises I've gone through. And, when we look at around police, what the numbers of our police officers are going to be, and how we've done so well in dropping crime in our city, when we look at the school safety agents, when we look at some of the other initiatives that we're doing, it's going to be extremely painful for New Yorkers. And that is why we continue to say we need help.
Now, the new numbers released this hour show that the city has spent $1.45 billion on the asylum seeker humanitarian crisis in fiscal year 2023. The mayor has said the plan is to cut 5% for all city agencies unless the city receives more federal and state migrant crisis aid. Now, one area of grave concern that you heard there and that parents of kids attending city schools are talking about are possible cuts to school safety agents that might require parents to volunteer to help out for security. And we just heard from the city's commissioner of emergency management in front of the Roosevelt Hotel in Midtown, where over 3,000 migrants are currently being held. Here's what he said.
Our heart is with the advocates, right? I think if you've seen what the city has done over the last year and a half, nobody has done more for asylum seekers, for immigrants, for migrants than the city of New York. I think we also have to face reality, right? That there's only so much that we can do, that as the mayor has repeatedly said, this is a national crisis. It's an international crisis. It demands a national response. I think what we've done here can serve as a model for what the federal government could be doing.
So the call has been heard. The city knows that people are in this big pinch, and they're trying to do everything they can to help. But still, we stand here outside of this hotel and many other shelters where we continue to see the crush of migrants coming in and just looking at that budget cut to find a way to make it work. Nichole?
Yeah, the pictures really tell the story there. All right, Laura Ingle reporting live. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.